Hey there, entrepreneur. Welcome back to the Scale to Sell podcast. We're excited to have you here for episode number 40, making your business more profitable by adding recurring revenue. Steve, we were talking about this because we had some phone calls today and you were talking to some individuals about just how popular it is right now in the mergers and acquisition space for businesses that have recurring revenue. It's a big deal.
I was talking to teammate Jeff Snell. He's been on some of the podcasts with us. He's one of the top level M&A guys in the country. And we were talking about it. And out of the blue, he brought up MRR, monthly reoccurring revenue. Because I was asking him, I said, what are the hottest businesses that you're taking to market right now? Ones with recurring revenue, ones that are in the housing, related to housing, like roofing and HVAC companies and stuff like that, lawn services, anything that has reoccurring revenue right now is hot. And companies, private equity firms and others are buying these things up strong multiples. But whether you're getting acquired or whether you're looking to grow, reoccurring revenue is a good thing where you don't have to go chase a new customer every day just to pay the bills, right?
Absolutely. So before we get into some of the examples of the different industries, and maybe you're thinking, well, I don't have a business that, really fits into that model. Hold that thought, hold that limiting belief. We're going to come back to that one in a second because you very well may just be wrong on that one. But before we get to those examples, let's talk through some of the benefits of, we kind of listed some out here for us to talk through here, of having a business that has recurring revenue. So the first one we're going to talk about is predictable and stable revenue, right? And it ensures that you've got a steady cash flow and financial planning because you've got a base set of customers that that are paying you every month or quarterly or whatever your cycle is, that same amount, right? To keep that subscription, to keep that recurring revenue system going. You're not starting from zero every month with sales, right? Like you've got a baseline of support, and that provides a really helpful form of stability for a company.
I've been out there, been there, done that, where you had to chase a new sale every day. You were out hunting for new sales every day. And the larger the company got, the harder it was to keep that going on. And, to bring in just new clients, only focusing on just new clients. And then, light bulb moment, what about reoccurring revenue? And that really changed. That was a game changer for me many years ago when we started focusing on reoccurring revenue.
So predictable and stable income, right? You're not always just starting off at zero. You've got that base of support. Higher customer lifetime value, right? So if we're thinking about the normal sales model of just kind of making a one-off sale, like, it's great. Obviously, you can make a lot of money with that if that's your go-to system. But when you think about the value of a single customer over the course of their lifetime, what they're going to contribute to your business from the things that they purchase or the services that they get from you, it increases it dramatically because you've got that ongoing income from them, which just makes this incredibly powerful for a business.
It also went back to the last episode that we did on, work less, make more.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, if you got this reoccurring revenue going on, this base of, as you mentioned, or whatever, you can add other clients to it. And if you do the same thing with them, they become more profitable, not only for you, but if you intend on exiting the business at some point in the future.
Yeah, we'll get to this. Well, we'll just go ahead and skip down to this one now and then go back to the list, but it goes to the scalability of your business. If you're able to streamline your systems around the services that you offer, it allows you for better planning, for better customer support. And you're also getting to the point where you're specializing in that particular area. It gives you that opportunity to scale with the types of offerings that you've got going on in a way that just having the one-off method doesn't give you the same freedom and flexibility with the limited customer base and those sorts of things.
Establish a relationship. I also thought about another one. I'm sure it's not on the list. If you don't have that relationship with them, then they they could be a potential new client for your competitor. So you're feeding your competitors right here and making your business less profitable, less marketable, and just anyway. So
it's kind of the flip side of improved customer retention and loyalty, right? So on the one hand, if you've got the system where you're able to better serve your clients because you're not out having to chase new leads all the time, it's a lot more efficient to retain a client than it is to go out and keep acquiring new ones all the time. So to the flip side of what you were just saying, you've now taken that customer, and because of the service that you're providing, because of the quality that you're giving them, they're not going out to your competitor down the street to someone else looking for solutions, because you've already provided the right solution.
Even
for
if
their
they
situation.
get it cheaper somewhere down the street, you bring value. You try to bring pricing, option for them, but you're also building value. So they're not tempted to go outside your circle, and they always know, hey, if something goes wrong, call your company to come fix this or upgrade this or whatever it might be.
Absolutely. Well, and this gets to a point that is kind of underlying what we've talked about so far, but a better business valuation. Think about the intangible capitals that we've referenced a number of times on this podcast. So many of them, you think of your customer, right? And that part of the intangible capital of the valuation of the business. When you have a customer base that is locked in, and they love your brand, they love the services that you provide or the goods that you send them on a monthly basis or whatever your, recurring revenue model looks like. What that looks like to someone outside of the business who wants to come in and invest. You've got cash flow, you've got an established customer base who's loyal to you, and you've got systems and processes to help facilitate that. Like, all of that is sparking a high valuation for someone looking to invest in an opportunity like this.
They love that.
Yeah.
Whether it's a competitor or whether it's a private equity firm, a family office, they love reoccurring revenue. As I mentioned before, they love ongoing reoccurring revenue because they can take and build off of that. It shows the strength of those relationships. Well, Joe and Mary have been with us for 20 years, and we have all these other people around, that we've noted, and the longer and deeper the relationship is, it is marketable and sellable for a higher multiple, as I mentioned earlier, probably as high as we've ever seen it right now.
So the last two that we're going to talk about here, enhanced customer insights and brand authority and market differentiation. Enhanced customer insights. Think about the opportunity that you have if you've got a base of customers that are loyal to you, that come back to you each and every month for your service, for the goods that you sell. Imagine the information that you can glean from people who are loyal to your brand, who the information about the things that you sell or the things that you could sell and services that you could add to what you're doing and enhance the customer experience, a more personalized opportunity there for you that, again, is only going to help enhance the customer experience, build the loyalty that they have for you, and make them not just someone who buys from you, not just who subscribes to you, but becomes an advocate for the work that you do, and is someone who is going to tell their friends about the experience that they have being a part of.
If you're not staying engaged with them, they'll click on something on the internet, on Facebook or whatever, and somebody's following up, and they're being, repeatedly sent ads, and finally wear them down in a weak moment. Hey, I didn't know you guys did that, or I forgot about you. So all these things lead to the longer, deeper, more profitable relationships. And I think as you potentially add other services that you didn't have before, right? Maintenance contracts, another service or product that you have that you didn't have before. Now you have an audience that right there can increase your sales dramatically.
Oh, it's huge. And the last one here, brand authority and market differentiation. When you become known as the person that does this, right? The subscription that is branded around what you've got, you're able to become the authority in that space related to that thing, where it becomes just a powerful asset for your company because that's what you become associated with. And people think about their need for something and they automatically think of you and your business because of the reputation that you've built around this model and around that potential thing. So lest you think that, well, I'm not in this industry or that industry, is there really an opportunity here for me? I just put down a number of things that either I've used or that are just really popular right now in all kinds of different spaces. Some that are probably ones that you may not have thought about being in that model or maybe an opportunity, but there are. Like, obviously, entertainment wise, think about how many subscriptions people have right now between Disney Plus and Hulu and YouTube TV and Netflix and all the things, right? Like, entertainment's popular, but that's like the tip of the iceberg on what's going on here. As an example, my wife and I actually just did this, subscribed for healthcare purposes. So we have 2 kids that are, our oldest is almost 2.5. And if you've ever taken your kids to urgent care, you know how expensive that can add up really quickly. Different colds and all the things going on, and you got to take them in for this or that, and it's never at a convenient time. Turns out it's like always in the middle of the night when like everything's closed and then you're trying to like figure out what to do. So we actually just signed up for, it's called Blueberry Pediatrics. So it's a telehealth made specifically for kids. And so like they send you the kit that has like the ear scope and, the other tools and things that you would need, but 24/7 access. It doesn't matter how many kids you have. It's one low monthly rate or whatever. And it's cheaper than one visit to like, not just the emergency room, but like urgent care for, pediatrics.
Not to mention the time.
So you can literally call them any time of the day. They get back to you. You've got the tools right there that you need to look in the ears and see, okay, do they have an ear infection, right? Which is like always happens in the middle of the night. And it's cheaper than we're like, this is a no-brainer for us. So guess who subscribed immediately?
Doctor's offices. I hate doctor's offices.
Right. And then you don't have to fight going in there. But like, that's one of those examples where like, I wouldn't have thought like, oh, reoccurring revenue model. But that's exactly what it is.
It came from kind of COVID and people.
Yeah.
I love doing that where doctors were reluctant before, but now now it's a thing. Plus, there's a shortage of doctors. Other opportunities. You think about recurring revenue, like with again HVACs. We have service contracts where they come out twice a year.
Yeah,
they'll come out in between if other issues happens, but we're trying to be preventative right there. Or my dentist that when I'm there, books my next appointment in for cleaning or whatever else and reminds me of other issues if there are other issues. But here's the point. There are things like that where there's ongoing things. But think about it. Even if you're selling a house or selling a car, how often do you sell a house or buy a house? Some of you maybe more often than others. Or buy a car, a new vehicle. Well, most people, my point being is you want to stay in touch with those people. So recurring revenue could be you're the one staying in touch. So when they're going to look for a new vehicle or want to sell or buy a house, they think of you. So it may not be recurring revenue on a monthly basis, but you make, instead of hundreds of dollars per visit, per however many times a year, you make thousands or tens of thousands or maybe even hundreds of thousands. So recurring revenue is not just some people have discounted that opportunity, but if you think about it, anybody that comes back and buys from you is part of the equation here.
I think one of the ones that you actually have experience with and that is extremely popular right now in the world, the car wash membership. So if you've ever seen it, right, you go in and you could pay and just get one, get your car washed that point, whatever. But depending on, the pricing and which one you go to, you pay a little bit more. Sometimes it's like just less than twice, whatever. And you can go back during the month for as many times as you want, unlimited car washes, right? But like for that car wash, it'd be easy to sell someone a one-time pass to get a car wash. But now they've got the subscription model where they're automatically being charged, whether or not they use it, but you've got the opportunity to now they can use an unlimited amount during the month. And especially right now, pollen season, well, at the time of the recording,
right,
you could really use the unlimited car washes.
We go to Florida. Me and my wife go to Florida every year for a month or so to get away from the cold winters here in Virginia. And I hate a dirty vehicle. I hate a dirty vehicle. And anyway, so we drove through one. They offered me a month for $29, or it was $15 if you did one time. Well, we're going to be there for a while, but I figured I'd use it at least twice, and I ended up using like 4 times, but I started studying that model.
Yeah.
To the point where I invested in a couple of them or whatever. So yeah, recurring revenue is a big deal.
It's a big deal. So I'm just going to list off a few of these, and then in case you're still like, I don't know if this is a thing, I've got a few questions for you from an expert about thinking about the possibility of a recurring revenue model for your business. So retail, subscription boxes, or even discounts, right? You sign up for a program and you get a discount for every time you make a purchase from there, started with a model like Costco, like your Sam's Club or whatever, right? You buy the membership and then you get access to the different things, whatever.
On your doorstep and
yeah. Amazon Prime free shipping. Who doesn't know about that one, right? Software tech, everything from Microsoft 365, Asana, Slack, all those systems and things you use in your business, they went to a subscription model because it not only allows them to keep charging you, but also provide updates that are going to enable them to fund and keep going and do the things to create new products and services in an easier way. Professional services, from legal retainers, marketing subscriptions, coaching, all those things. Learning. Online classes, like you can masterclass and all kinds of other things where you learn different skills and things. You pay a subscription, you take the different classes. Fitness, Peloton is super famous for not just selling the equipment, but selling the plans and the different classes and things that you can be a part of in using that equipment. So they're not just, the equipment side of things. They've also got the other side of it as well. Automotive. So car washes or even maintenance opportunities there. You mentioned the home HVAC, the comfort club group that different ones have, or even pets, right? Pet subscriptions are super popular.
Yeah, they are.
Both for grooming, right? Paying for like a grooming membership for the month and a certain amount of like how you lay out your services there, but also like products like Chewy Auto Ship is like an incredible
some of these
deal and moneymaker
you would have never thought about. And now people are paying tons of money for right now. So it could revolutionize your business and change your model and enhance that recurring revenue model.
Okay. The funniest one before we get to the questions. So my sister-in-law, your daughter-in-law there, accidentally signed up. I think it was through Walmart. She accidentally ordered romaine lettuce on a recurring subscription, and she started getting drop-offs to her house for it, didn't realize that she had done it, and was like, why do I keep getting romaine? And she's like, oh, that little box where it's like reorder every 30 days or whatever was checked. Had no idea. But look, there's potential. You can even have a romaine lettuce membership. It's great. But if you subscribe to our Business Builder Thursday emails, which if you don't, go to scale2sell.com, sign up for it there. We send an email every Thursday around 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. And once a month we do Business Owner Book Club because we believe that readers are leaders and leaders are readers, all those things, whatever. And so we pick a book every month and we look at it from the perspective of a business owner. How is this going to help you win at work and life? And so the one that we read for the month of May is called Predictable Profits by Stu McLaren. And it's all about memberships, setting up a recurring revenue model for your business. And he asked these questions. Seriously, if you don't have this book, you should get it. He asked these questions about, is this model for you? He said, if you can answer yes to one of these 3 things, then you should be looking at this as an opportunity for you to maybe not replace your business, but maybe it's an addition to it, an additional offering that you have on top of other things. But he said 3 things. Is there an ongoing problem my market is looking to solve? It could be a convenience problem, right? Just make it easier for people to get access to something.
Hate waiting in the doctor's office.
Or romaine lettuce. Is the market looking to learn a new skill? the odds are good that just because you teach them one lesson, that they're probably going to need more than that one lesson to become proficient at the skill that they're trying to learn. So you've got ongoing opportunities for coaching or for learning in that way. Is my market looking to simplify something in their life? How do you make it easier for them? Convenience, ease, they don't have to think about it. Maybe you make it cheaper, like we were talking about, because of the way that the model is set up. You give them a discount or a deal on that just makes it enticing. And you get quality service as a result of it. If you can answer yes to one of those three things, then this is something that you should be looking at in your business. Again, whether it's an addition to what you already offer or as a replacement for how you think about your service contracts or products that you sell. But again, going back to the beginning, it's a predictable, stable. You've got opportunities to grow your customer base at a lower rate than it is to just have to continually go out and find one-off sales with new client acquisition costs and all of those things. And it adds value to your business in a way that allows you to better serve your client and create a system and a process that really helps you deliver in a powerful way, adding value to the business. It's just great.
At least a good, I think, a benchmark of your business, and we haven't talked about this, is that if at least half of your, if you're a company of any size, at least half of your sales are coming from existing clients. That's a good thing. And you could hopefully build from there. You always want to be bringing on new clients. Always, always, always. But when you get to the point where half of your businesses or your clients are ordering from you over and over and over again, additional revenue, more valuable to the marketplace if you decide to go to the marketplace, better quality of life because you get to have time off, and you can put some more money away for the future too. So anyway, but look at your sales and see what percentage are coming from existing clients right now. Use that as a benchmark too.
And a lot of these companies that are using these models are seeing way higher than 50% in their retention of, and this is coming from, Stu's research and his expertise in this space for 20 years too. Is even higher. So imagine the value that adds if you're looking to sell or bring on investors or whatever the case may be, or just enjoy a profitable business for the rest of your life. It's a powerful opportunity that is scalable and provides you so much flexibility if you do it the right way. Go to scaletosell.com/discovery and let us know that you want to talk to us about a recurring revenue model of what that could look like in your business. We'd love to be able to help you. Again, scaletosell.com/discovery, or click the link in the show notes. We'd love to be able to help you do that. And until next time, keep scaling.
Thank you for listening to Scale to Sell with Adam Burton and Steve Burton. Click the follow button to be notified when new episodes become available. Visit our website at www.scaletosell.com or give us a call at 757-313-4080. And don't forget to click the follow button to be notified when new episodes become available. The information covered and posted represents the views and opinions of the guest and does not necessarily represent the views or opinions of Scale to Sell. The content has been made available for informational and educational purposes only. The content is not intended to be a substitute for professional investing, tax, legal, or other advice. Always seek the advice of your financial advisor or other qualified professionals with any questions you may have regarding your personal or professional plans. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.